gentlemen, welcome to Founders Park. My name's Derek Scott. For the past 10 seasons, I've served as the voice of the Gamecock baseball program on the Gamecock Sports Network. Like many of you, I've spent a lot of Fridays in this ballpark, dating back to the first Friday here, February 2009. We've seen a lot here: celebrations, disappointments, home runs, walk-offs, even a dog pile or two. We gather here tonight to celebrate once again, to celebrate the rebirth of Gamecock baseball. Is it a coincidence that tonight, while the College Baseball World Series focuses on Omaha and the opening night of the CWS, the Gamecock Nation comes together? After all, we've known that turning and that journey to somewhere in Middle America. We've known it well. We thirst to return. And tonight, that process begins. To get there requires leadership, commitment, and relentlessness. The kind of hard work that is unmistakable. But it also requires a recognition that baseball matters here. In South Carolina, college baseball matters. And the people that will soon join me on this stage, they know that as well. That's what fires me up so much, that you're all here. Gamecock baseball belongs to you, the fans, and it's time to get you excited again about Gamecock baseball. If you listen to our broadcasts, you know that after the 27th out is recorded, I like to say, you can put spurs on this one. I haven't gotten to say that nearly enough the past few seasons. Beginning tonight, that changes.
We hit turbulence!
I've been in the state of South Carolina for 25 years. I've seen firsthand the power of the University of South Carolina, firsthand the power of the University of South Carolina baseball. Gamecock Nation, we need you back.
Listen to this crowd at Founders Park. This place is in an absolute frenzy. And it's a walk-off winner for South Carolina. It is a party at Founders Park.
ramp this way, I'll turn it up, down, up, down, up, down. We're just holding it down here in BFE, still rolling around with a bar CD. Free bird, 5 minutes deep, yeah, bobbing up, down, up, down, up, down. We got what we got, we don't need the rest. Can turn this parking lot into a party with a nice chest dance and cold beer, man. We live it up, down, we live it up, down, yeah.
As I watched that helicopter land, made me think of my legendary broadcast partner, the late great Tommy Moody. Tommy would no doubt have looked at me and said, "Derek, seen a lot of choppers on this ball field, never one that looked like that." Friends, the process that wraps up tonight has been ongoing for months, and the person who recognized that it was necessary saw it through to its conclusion and finished with a flourish is Director of Athletics, Jeremiah Donati. When I saw him here at the ballpark Wednesday, he seemed so excited he could have flown in here tonight without the helicopter. And who could blame him? He got his man. Gamecock Nation, please welcome your Director of Athletics, Jeremiah Donati. Yes, sir.
So enter here? Sit here. Wow. How about that for an entrance? Good evening, Gamecock Nation. Thank you for being here. It's so great to see you tonight as we usher in a new era of Gamecock baseball, the era of Schnall ball. Right? Sounds just perfect. This baseball program has seen success at the highest level. It has produced unforgettable moments, championship memories, legendary players, and a standard of excellence that is recognized throughout college baseball and all across college athletics. The program itself is founded in toughness, in preparation, in character, and in passion. And tonight, we welcome a coach who embodies all those values. Throughout his career, Kevin Schnall has established himself as one of the most respected leaders in college baseball. His teams have played with discipline, they have competed with relentless energy, and he and his staff have developed players, won championships, and built cultures that last. But what impressed me most about him wasn't his resume, it was his vision. His vision for developing young men, his vision for competing at the highest level at the best conference in America, the SEC, his vision for recruiting elite talent, his vision for building a program that reflects the passion, the pride, and the expectations of Gamecock Nation. Coach Schnall understands something that every person in the stadium understands. South Carolina is not just another baseball job. This is one of the greatest programs in all of baseball. This is a place where we pursue championships unapologetically. This is a place right here where Founders Park has been and will be one of the most intimidating environments in the country. This is a place where players dream of wearing garnet and black. And this is a place where fans show up year after year because they believe in what Gamecock baseball can be. So as we look to the future, we want a leader who embraces these expectations, not someone who hides from them. And we want a coach who understands the tradition he is inheriting, but having the courage and the confidence to do it his way. We found that in this leader. We found that in Kevin Schnall. Coach Schnall, we are welcoming you, your lovely wife Megan, your beautiful family, kids Sydney, Jaden, and Fallon, into a family that believes deeply in the power of athletics, a community that passionately supports its teams, and a fan base that will stand behind you every step of the way. To our players, recruits, alumni, and fans, I know you've been patient. Tonight is not simply about welcoming a new coach. Tonight is about the future. It's about new opportunities. It's about new memories waiting to be made. It's about continuing the pursuit of championships. And it's about bringing people together who love South Carolina behind one shared vision. Gamecock Nation has always been better when we move forward together. So let's rally behind our student athletes. Let's pack Founders Park next spring. Let's support this program with the passion that makes South Carolina so special. And with that, let's begin the next chapter with excitement, with confidence, and with belief, and let's begin it together. I want to say thank you to my amazing staff who have worked tirelessly all week once we made the announcement on this incredible welcome home event tonight. Thank you to our donors, our fans, President Michael Amaritas, University leadership, Chairman Thad Westbrook, and our USC Board of Trustee members. I want to thank my family, Nicole, my wife, my daughters Colette and Naomi. They've been quite a support system to me, especially the past couple of weeks. And I also want to thank a special thank you to Megan, Sydney, Jaden, and Fallon for sharing Kevin with us. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a tremendous Gamecock welcome to our new coach at the University of South Carolina, Coach Kevin Schnall.
Let me start by saying this is why you come to Carolina. It's almost 9 o'clock at night, 100 degrees, and you guys are at Founders Park because you believe in this program. You care about this program. And that's what makes this place so special. Baseball matters. My name is Kevin Schnall, and I know how lucky I am to have the words head baseball coach of the University of South Carolina next to my name. To all the current and former baseball players, please stand up. Please stand up, put your hand in the air. You are the most important part of this program. I look forward to building quality relations with you guys. This mic isn't the greatest. Gamecock Nation, it's time. It's time to get the vibe and energy back in this place. Together, let's make Founders Park one of the most electric environments in all college baseball. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for welcoming us. It's been felt at an all-time level. We are very proud to say we're officially Gamecocks. Go Cox!
Thank you, Coach Schnall. I speak for everyone here tonight when I say that we cannot wait to see Schnall ball here at Founders Park. Big thank you also to everyone within the athletic department and within the university staff that helped to make this wonderful experience possible. Folks, we're not done. Settle in for a show, as the Pat Dravers Band used to sing, boom, boom, out go the lights.
The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I remember that long line, camping out there all night just for a chance to see that haired man. Got tickets for my first show, didn't care about the back row. The day finally came, it was all worth the wait. Never heard nothing so loud as the roar of the crowd when the lights went down and we pulled them all out. Light it up, feel the love. Everybody swaying, rocking that way, so alive with the to the shore and drank an unborn ride. Day and high American night. Way high American night. Day and high American night. Drank an unborn ride.
so much to all of you for coming out tonight. Drive home safely. We'll see you again right here, February 19th.
we spent a lot of time really assessing the program and what was needed to get us back to where we wanted to be. We spent a lot of time talking with former players, spent a lot of time talking with people in and around the program, current players, because we wanted to build a profile for the next coach here. We wanted to figure out why we'd been so inconsistent, and especially recently, and learned a lot of things. It was a great. As much as we didn't want to have to be in that situation, we learned a lot about the program. We learned a lot about what we needed to do, the things that were missing, kind of those gaps in excellence, and the reasons, candidly why we just hadn't been successful and hadn't been, consistently successful. So, even though we were in the search early, we didn't really begin it until probably early May, and I convened a small group of executives on my team, some of whom are in the room tonight: Hillary Cox, Tyson Lusk, Jeff Crane, Wes Millett, who were just unbelievable in this process. We wanted to be very thorough. We wanted to find someone who's going to build this program the right way. I heard from many of the former players that just kind of felt like the program was in sand right now. There was too much inconsistency, too much turnover, and so we wanted to find someone that could come in and put forth the standards that we've all come to know and love with this baseball program. Someone who, a person of high character, high integrity, someone who's going to do it the right way, someone who's done it, someone who's built programs and had success at the highest level. So when we started the process, this is how you hope every search would go, which is you're the best job in the market, and the outcome is you get the best candidate, you get the best fit. So we lucked out. We lucked out that Kevin was available and wanted to come here and come to South Carolina, and he certainly understood those expectations that come with being the head coach here, and they're lofty. We wanted someone, I said this outside, we wanted someone that was going to run to that. But we had some great visits, including in person a couple weeks ago that I think we were going to meet for about an hour. We met at a clandestine location here in the state, and we ended up meeting for 3 hours. And candidly, we could have spent 3 more hours together. There was just kind of an instant chemistry, and it was very apparent he was the guy. He was going to be a great fit here, and so we just could not be more thrilled that he did accept the job, and he is our new head coach here at the University of South Carolina. Kevin Schnall, everyone.
Thank you very much, Jeremiah. This mic sounds a lot better. June 12th, 2010, we were 55-8. At the end of the day, on June 13th, 2010, we were 55-10. We lost 4-3 and 10-9. The Gamecocks broke our hearts. And as you guys remember, that group of guys went on to win back-to-back national championships. Pretty amazing to think. I remember, though, walking out of the Myrtle Beach Pelicans Stadium. The place was packed in garnet and black, over 5,000 Gamecocks fans. And I remember vividly remember saying to myself, wow, what would it be like to be a part of that? Well, today, sitting behind this microphone as your new head coach, I'm about to find out. This moment, this opportunity, my body is filled with gratitude, appreciation. And that's my goal here today, is just to express my gratitude to those that put us in this position for this opportunity to come to fruition. And that starts with Jeremiah. Jeremiah, I trust your leadership. I trust your vision. I look forward towards our partnership. President Aramides, Tyson Lusk. I was fortunate enough to meet Thad Westbrook today, the chair of our board. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm so eagerly anticipating attacking this job. To the people in my life that make the most sacrifices. As a baseball coach, as you know, to be all in, it takes an absolute family effort, and I'm so lucky. My kids, Jaden and Fallon, are here. Sydney just left. They've made me a better person. They've made me a better coach. They are the people in my life that I want to make the most proud of me because I'm so proud of them. Love you guys. And then my wife, Megan. She's the one that allows me to chase these opportunities. And we caught another one. Your love, your support makes such a difference. I love you guys so much and appreciate all you do to allow me to do what I do. To my parents, my mom was an elementary school teacher. She gave me the greatest gift you can get, belief. There's nobody that believed in me more than my mom. My dad, who unfortunately passed away before the 2024 season, if it wasn't for his influence, I'm not sure this would have been the career path for me. He helped shape my love for sports. I know he's looking down today, very proud. And then my brother, Tim. I grew up with an older brother that I'm so lucky that I could look up to. And he was so influential in my life. And ironically, he lives in New Jersey. His son, Ryan, is a Gamecock. He's going to start his junior year next year. And I know my family's excited to get a chance to be around him a lot more. Coastal Carolina University. Thank you. Thank you for the experience, the memories. Most importantly, thank you for the relationships. I love Coastal Carolina. I'll always love Coastal Carolina. I'll always be a very proud alum. Gary Gilmore. Coach Gilmore, I had the opportunity to share a dugout with Gary Gilmore for 23 years. I had a front row seat to learn how to build a program, how to establish a program, how to sustain a championship elite program. Gilly's one of the best college baseball coaches to ever do it. The opportunity he gave me, the belief he's shown in me, is a big reason why I'm in this seat right now. I love you, Gilly, and can't thank you enough. To the former players, as you guys know, I didn't throw one pitch. I didn't field one ball. I didn't have one quality at bat. Your success on the field is the reason I'm the head baseball coach here at the University of South Carolina. I love you guys and can't thank you enough. All the former coaches that I had the opportunity to share a dugout with, a piece of you are with me today. Thank you so much. Matt Hogue, our former AD, I'll never forget this. In 1999, he was our SID. The recognition he helped me receive as a player, he's continued to recognize me as a coach, and ultimately, he hired me. I'll never forget that. I'm always forever indebted to Matt Hogue. The current AD that's at Coastal Carolina right now, Chance Miller. He's only been there for a short time, but his energy, his vision, he has positively impacted Coastal Carolina. Coastal is lucky to have him. Personally, Chance, thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your honesty. I won't forget that. The presidents at Coastal, President Weinbrake, our former president, President Benson, who's now the president at West Virginia, and then our retired president, Dr. DeCenzo. I got 3 very meaningful text messages from them. Wyatt Henderson, Delane Stevens, the chair of Coastal's board, Natasha Hanna, Patrick Sparks. Their leadership is what makes Coastal Carolina so special. Joe Moglia, Coach Moglia. I've said this numerous times. When they hired Coach Moglia in 2011, he changed the trajectory of Coastal Carolina. And I'm lucky to call him a friend and a mentor. Ray Tanner. Coach Tanner. Coach Tanner built, as you guys know, the biggest, baddest, and best college baseball program in the entire country. Carolina was the standard. From 2000 to 2012, 9 super regionals, 6 trips to the College World Series, 2 national championships. Coach Tanner, I look forward to building our relationship. Gamecock Nation, our supporters, all the former players, together, we're going to get this thing moving in the right direction. It's going to take a complete team effort. And as I said out there, our former and our current players are the most important people in this program, and I can't wait to start developing and establishing relationships with them. In closing, before we open it up to questions, 2nd to June 30th, 2016, the day that we dogpiled in Omaha, Nebraska, after winning a national championship, this is the next best day in my family's professional career. We are very excited, very honored to finally be officially Gamecocks. Thank you very much. I'd like to open it up to questions now.
If you raise your hand, we'll get a microphone to you. If you would introduce yourself as well. Coach may know some of you, but may not know all of you.
Hello, Kevin. David Cloninger with the Post and Courier newspaper in Charleston. Will your analytics staff be as large as the one as it was at Coastal? And how much does analytics play into your coaching?
It's a big part. You know, Matt Pepin will be our director of analytics. He's also our general manager. Ultimately, what does he do is he provides us information, and we're going to utilize that information from a development standpoint. So we will use analytics at a very high level. Exactly what our staff looks like, that's still to be determined. But I can assure you that we're going to have an elaborate staff, and our goal is to, and I believe that we will, we're going to put together a staff that would rival any coaching staff in the entire country. And you're only as good as the people that you surround yourself with. As the head coach, the one thing that I know is when you have success, you get a chance to hold the microphone. People tend to give you the credit. Well, I can tell you as the head coach, I play a very small role in it. You got to surround yourself with elite people, which we're going to do, which we've done in the past, and we're going to do that again here, and that's going to lead us to success.
Hi, Kevin. Jack Veltri, Gamecock Central. Welcome to Columbia.
Thank you.
You mentioned in your first statement that's all over social media that it had to be the perfect opportunity at the perfect time. You were at Coastal for such a long time. South Carolina is having some rough seasons. What made this the perfect time for you to make a change from where you were at for so long?
Well, like I said, Carolina embodies everything great about college baseball. Championship tradition, unbelievable fan base, and an athletic administration and university that is committed to excellence. As a coach, we've always wanted to measure ourselves against the best. The SEC is the major leagues of college baseball.
John Whittle, Gamecocks 24/7.
How you doing, John?
Good to see you. Welcome to Columbia. Wanted to ask you a little bit about your offensive philosophy and what's important to you in that side of the game. And I'm not sure if you're allowed to talk about your new hitting coach yet, but how does that marry between you two guys?
Well, it's going to be a perfect marriage, just like I have right here with my wife of 17 years. Ultimately, the offensive philosophy is we want to have an offense that can beat you in multiple ways. We want to have the most dynamic offense in the entire country. So what does that look like? If you're facing a number one pitcher, you got to find a way to score a run. If you're playing in a rainy day, big ballpark, whatever it may be, we want to put together the most dynamic, diverse offense we can possibly do. The name of the game is to score runs, and we want to have guys that are obsessed with getting to first base. Also, we want to be able to do the inside game. We want to be able to steal bases. We want to be able to have guys that can run first to third. We want to have guys that can score from first on doubles. And we want to have guys that can slug. We want to hit the ball out of the ballpark. So our goal is to put together and assemble an offense that is dynamic and can score runs in multiple ways, and obviously we want to have a balanced offense between left-handed hitters and right-handed hitters, but athleticism will be very important.
Kevin, Chris Deering with the State Newspaper. Again, welcome to Columbia. A little bit about tonight. When this discussion went to coming in on a helicopter and everything, what were your thoughts about that, and how did it all sort of transpire?
All I ever say is, if it's going to push the program forward, I'm in. It's not about me, but if it's going to push the program forward, if it's going to make the boat go faster, I'm in. It was an awesome time, awesome day. Jeremiah, thank you for doing that.
Welcome, Coach. Rick Henry, WIS-TV here in Columbia. That was a great entrance with the helicopter, and the fans gave you a great welcome. What is it about your style and the way that you interact with the fans and the community that really keeps the fans engaged all season and all throughout the years?
Well, I think I'm honest. Well, I know I'm honest. Right? There's three characteristic traits that are non-negotiable in this program, and it's something that I live by. Honesty, loyalty, and accessibility. And that's what I am.
Hey, Kevin. Michael Sawes with the State Newspaper. I know the goal, obviously, is to win games and get back to Omaha, but I'm curious in these next couple weeks and months, what are the priorities for you to set up the program for success in year one?
It's a great question. Well, number one is to finalize, assemble an elite staff, and we're moving in the right direction right there. 1A is to retain and acquire elite players, and we're moving in the right direction there.
Hey, Coach. Phil Kornblut, Sports Talk Media Network here in Columbia. Chris Lemonis moved into your office today at Coastal. What does it mean to you for him to be replacing you there, and the idea of setting up something with Coastal Carolina for a series?
Number one, Chris Lemonis, I have great respect for. He's a friend of mine. I want Coastal Carolina to be great. I talked to Chris Lemonis this morning. I'm there for him. I'll always be there for him. We're ready to play. That was the first thing that we had to negotiate. We have to play Coastal Carolina, and Jeremiah agreed. So we will start playing Coastal Carolina.
Jeremiah, just a quick question for you. I know you've got so much going on with the hire and the Williams-Brice renovations. Seeing this crowd, the ballpark, there's a lot of fan sentiment that it seems the ballpark needs upgrades here. Is that something off in the future that's on your radar potentially?
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, the priority right now has to be the stadium. There's, for obvious reasons, we've got a lot of money soaked into that, and so, but no, I mean, look, I think you know, you could also ask me about Colonial Life Arena. I mean, the reality is that facility is probably near the end of its life cycle. So, you know, what I would say is, like any other project we've done, is let's take a look at, you know, what needs to be fixed or what needs to be upgraded, you know, and then let's put a plan together. So, you know, to be honest, you know, just the biggest thing for us was finding the right head coach to take this thing and get us back in a really good place. But you know, there will come a time, and probably soon, that we really need to take a deep dive and to see what's possible here at Founders.
Kevin, just to follow up, I guess, how do you balance the retaining and the recruiting process of this roster when it comes to, you know, trying to bring guys back who were here last year and going out and find new guys?
Well, we're in constant communication with them right now as a staff. We're assessing and evaluating every single position. But again, we've been in great contact with the players, and you know, ultimately, we want to make sure that people want to be here. It's very important that they want to be at the University of South Carolina. They want to be part of the change. They want to be part of this program moving forward.
Kevin, I've heard at Coastal, a lot of people called you Niner because the number 9 on your back. Is that the plan here, to wear that uniform and kind of spread that nickname?
I'm good with everything, but my mom named me Kevin. I'm good with Kevin.
Lou Bajak from the State Newspaper. How important you talk about recruiting to keep the in-state guys and making that a priority?
Extremely. The connectivity in this state is unparalleled, and we're going to build from inside out. But ultimately, we're never going to settle for the next best player. So if that means we have to expand out, we will do that. The roster last year had 15 different states on it. The same thing at Coastal. We had to expand our wings and go coast to coast to go after the best student athletes in the entire country. But our number one priority would be dominating the state of South Carolina and making sure the best players in this state are Gamecocks.
Jeremiah, what were a couple of the things that stood out in that in-person meeting that you guys had?
He's a great storyteller. But we just, I made this comment the other day. Someone was asking me, what kind of questions do you ask in a job interview? And I think, I want to get to know the guy in this case. And, the reality is I could ask you about X's and O's and what do you do in this count and all those things. But that's not, he's an elite coach. We know that. But what's it going to be like? I want to know how you process decisions. I want to know what's it going to be like in the trenches, right? What's it going to be like when times are tough or there's a tough decision that needs to be made? Because those, that's really more what the job is like. We're going to be on the field celebrating championships too, but I really wanted to get to know him as a person. He talked at length about his family, the relationships he has with his parents, and how important his dad was in his life, other relationships he has in baseball. We have a lot of connectivity. We know a lot of the same people. It's amazing how many people he knows in Gamecock Nation and just the connectivity he has in the state. So, it was really more to get a feeling for him. But what kept coming up over and over was his passion for not just the game of baseball, but for the University of South Carolina. But I see someone who's a real program builder. And, we want to build this thing the right way. This is, yes, next year's important. We want to get this turned around. We want to have a good season next year. But I'm looking at this I'm looking out 10 years. And we want to build this the right way so we can sustain that success. And, you got to have someone that's got a good short-term and long-term vision. And Kevin's vision was elite. I love the way he thinks about building his roster, building his staff. All those, one of the things, and Jim Schlossnagle, who's the head coach at Texas, obviously, is a good friend of both of ours. And one of the things I always appreciate about Jim was just his attention to detail. That's one of the things that I would just, it just really struck me. And we weren't together 5 minutes, and Kevin brings this binder. He's done this research on all of our players, and has like next level data analytics on all of our players, Gamecocks from this year. He's an attention to detail guy. And so he was just incredibly impressive. Tyson Lusk and I went to meet with him, and I think we met for 3 hours. And, we left that meeting saying, man, we could have talked for 3 more. So, he's an unbelievable coach, but I found him to be an unbelievable person, too, in the time together. And I think when you talk about the responsibility of building a program, but also developing young men. If you think that's the mission of why you come to a university, that's why you come and play college athletics. That's incredibly important. Sometimes it gets lost in this NIL environment and everything else that's going on in our world. But I wanted someone who those players could look up to, and it was going to be really focused on developing them as young men as well.
Kevin, there's a lot of current players from this year's team in the transfer portal, mainly because of the uncertainty of when the coaching hire was going to be made. And there are some guys that haven't made decisions yet. What does that process look like for you in determining which players what do you look for in terms of players you want back from this year's team for next year at South Carolina?
Well, we dove into them analytically. We obviously watched their video, and then we've got a lot of intel, right? We've got great relationships in this industry, and Monty Lee was a star, and he was extremely professional in handling this. So Monty Lee gave us a lot of intel. Stuart Lake is another guy that we leaned on heavily. So we were able to collect a lot of information on these guys, very quickly. And then ultimately now it's our job to assemble the best roster to put us in the best position to be extremely successful.
Van Lott, WLTX TV here in Columbia. Coach, obviously you've been at Coastal, but I'm sure you've been watching from afar. Why do you think the SEC has separated itself from all the other leagues in college baseball? 6 straight national titles, a dropped foul ball from a 7th straight. Why do you think the league has been able to really distance itself from everybody else?
Resources. Right? Resources. Right? The SEC, last year alone, 107 draft picks, $95 million in the draft, 13 first rounders. It's the major leagues of college baseball. Right? If you're competitive, you want to measure yourself against the best, this is the league that you want to be in. And this university, under Jeremiah's direction, is committed at the extreme highest level, and we're excited to compete in this league.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.